The first thing we want to do is go into the control panel and see if the machine is set up for caps or flats. So we're going to go into Setting. We're going to go down using the arrow keys to MC Parameter Setting. That stands for Machine Parameter Settings. And then we're going to press the Set key. The function we're looking for is on the second page, so we're going to hit Next to go to the second page. And the function is called Frame Setting, number 11. In fact, this one is set up for caps, which is the way it should be set up when we're sewing caps. But when we want to sew flats, it needs to say flats. So I'm going to use the arrow keys to go down to that function, press the Set key to get into it, and it tells me, for flats, type in a value of 0, for caps, type in a value of 1. So I simply type in 0 on the keypad, then hit the Set key to enter it, and now it is changed to flats. To get out of the menu, I hit Escape once, that backs me out to the main menu, hit Escape again, and that takes me completely out to our normal screen. Now let's look at taking the cap off the machine. To remove the Cabdriver, we start by lifting up the locks that hold the cap on. Then pull the frame towards us, then turn the cap. To get the Cabdriver off, we're going to lift up. And the easiest way to do that is I'm going to put my thumb up here on this little bump, and I'm going to put my fingers under this edge, and I'm going to kind of push my thumbs down and my fingers up. I'm going to grab a hold of this, and I'm going to hold it just like this. When you're handling this Cabdriver, you either want to hold it right here or you want to hold it here. You never want to hold it by these sides. When you do hold it by the sides, this can roll, and we don't want that to happen. When you hold it here, it can't roll. So now I'm going to set this off to the side for a moment. And we have to change the needle plate. There's two different needle plates that come with your machine. You have one that has a little raised section in the center. That's for caps. And then you have one that's more flat. This is for flats. So this little offset wrench comes in your toolbox. We use that to remove the two screws in the back. Once I get them started, I just use my finger to back these screws out. Now we'll take the needle plate off. It's a good idea to just check to make sure it's clean in there, and every time you take that needle plate off. And then we'll just take the cap plate, we'll put that on, and we'll reinstall those same screws to hold it in place. And just snug up the screws. In order to convert the machine from flats back to caps, we're going to start by going to Setting. We're going to cursor down to MC Parameter Setting. We're going to press Set to get into the MC Parameter Settings. We're going to hit Next to go to the second page. We're going to go down to Frame Setting. We're going to press Set. And in order to make it caps, we press 1, Set, and then hit Escape once to come to the main menu, the second time to get out of the menu. Notice it puts the design upside down because when we sew caps, we sew them upside down. Anytime we're sewing caps, we want to make sure we put on the cap needle plate. So I'm going to remove this screw. Loosen this, remove this screw. Now once I get these a little loose, we'll just back them out. Remove the needle plate. Take the cap needle plate, put it on. Remember, the cap plate's the one with the little raised section in the center. And put our screws back in. And tighten up those screws. Now to put the cap driver on, we grab a hold of the cap driver, we simply set it on here. Once we set it here, now we can grab the sides, gently slide it back, push the frame down a little bit so that this can clear. You can move this left and right a little bit if you need to. So in this case, I'm going to move it left a little bit. Get it to line up, lift up on the frame, push down, and push forward, and the cap driver slides right on. To put the cap on, I take the cap with the bill facing up, and I put it to either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So in this case, I like to go to 3 o'clock, put it on, and once I get it on the round part, I slowly turn this, and I can kind of feel it fall in place. Now I take my thumbs and I put them on the bottom 2 tabs, and I grab my fingers in front of the round part and I squeeze. The bottom has to go in first. Then I take my hand, while I'm still holding at the bottom with one hand, my other hand, I put my thumb up at the top tab and my fingers in front, and I squeeze and get the top on. Once the whole thing is on, I can put the locks down. Now sometimes the bill of the hat gets in the way like this, so don't yank on it, but just gently pull it back a little bit, just enough for the locks to clear, and then lock that all the way down.